Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. I want to keep it simple in this video. Simplicity is always good. When one scenario gets invalidated, then we can always move to the next one. But there are, let's be honest, there are various possibilities how this move to the downside can be counted. Various possibilities. We can say that we had here a 5-wave move and we're going to go into a larger wave 2 correction and then still see a 3 down, a 4 up and a 5 down. We can count this as an ABC if the higher level wave pattern is a WXY. Various possibilities. I don't want to confuse you. It also doesn't help, but we need to understand the key, I think the key decision points, the key direction, the key pivot points really here. So overall for Ethereum, unchanged the entire scenario here, moving completely different than Bitcoin again. Bitcoin is actually holding quite well. Ethereum has come down quite strongly. Now we did expect that, as you know. Now we also now expect that Bitcoin is coming down, but for Ethereum it has been very clear here since this move to the upside that we are going to see this strong wave 2 correction. And don't underestimate the significance of this. It is the wave 2 that we've been waiting for, the wave 2 after a wave 1 impulse, which will be the stress test for the bullish scenario here on the Ethereum chart. If we go below the $1,000 level, we have to scrap the bullish scenario and have to assume that the entire move here, over 100% profit, which Ethereum made, that all of this was just a corrective rally and that we are coming down in an impulse. Now the good thing is that the move to the upside really had impulsive characteristics and that the move down at the moment really is corrective. Yeah, which is great. Yeah, which is great. And at the moment we can reasonably assume that we will find support here of this wave 2 in the region between 1130 and 1330. But we shouldn't drop much lower than that. To be more specific, we shouldn't drop below $1,000 because below this level we will have to get the bullish case invalidated, okay? But for now, yeah, we can continue to assume that this here was an impulse in 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that we're coming down in a wave A down from the peak. Yeah, we started that move down in a wave, oops, come on, don't know why it's not doing that. A second, we came down in, no, I'm not going to do it that way. All right, don't worry. We came down in an A wave, a B up, and a C down. And the C wave itself is a 5-wave move. Now I had a few questions because you can count this as a WXY pattern as well. Then we would have to assume that the wave, the last leg in which we currently are, will unfold as a 3-wave structure, not as a 5-wave structure. It doesn't really matter really. What you need to understand is the important area is this area down here between 1130 and 1330. So I've got the main wave count now on the chart here. I've moved the other ones to the side. I still keep them on the chart, but they are not the main count. The main count is the blue one here, and within the blue one, the white one. Yeah, this is the more detailed count. So based on this count, we started this wave C of the wave 2 at the peak here at 1790. Which was at the time a very, very relevant resistance level. We talked about that level. It was also based on the Fibonacci levels, this resistance. Now we moved down in a wave 1, moving up in a 2, coming down currently in a wave 3, which is not yet complete. Then we'll move up in a 4 and come down in a 5. Now the wave 3 is not yet complete. This looks to me like that we have done already the 1 and the 2, as I said, and within the wave 3 in blue, we've done a 1 and a 2, and we're now in the 3rd wave down. Well, this might actually be complete. We could be in the 4th wave correction here to the downside. The wave 4, this would be a very short rally. Normally they're not very strong. If we draw the fibs, the retracement levels, yeah, we can assume that this would go, this rally, if it is a wave 4, should go into the region between 1495 and 1526. Maybe 1550, but it would already be a stretch. So again, it would be, expected is just a continuation to the downside. And as I said, there are a couple, or more than just a couple, of ways of how this move to the downside can be counted. Disregard this, I don't know why this appeared on the screen. But there's various ways of how this can be counted, and we don't necessarily want to be distracted by the different possibilities, because this is really getting into micro counting. For me, the trend is further down, and really, unless we get above 1653 again, above this swing high, I'm going to remain focused on the downside. Okay, very important. So focus is further on the downside, and as I said before, I will accumulate in this area. Some people have asked me, how am I going to do it? Personally, I will slowly start to scale in as soon as we get to the 1330 level, I think, which might not be the best way of doing it. I'll tell you that as well. If you want to get some comfort, and basically the best way of how to trade this, in my opinion, by using the Elliott Waves. I mean, there's numerous ways of how you can trade, but by using the Elliott Waves, you would be waiting for the first smaller impulse to the upside to emerge from this area. Needs to be a 5-wave move and a 3-wave move down, which would then ideally be a corrective wave, obviously, in a wave 2, a higher low, and this is then the low of the wave 2, or basically when you start to see in the next wave 3 the first smaller wave 1, that might be an entry point. Then you trade the wave 3 to the upside, and well, you can then go with the trend, couldn't you? But this is the best signal for the trend reversal, waiting for the 1, waiting for the 2, and then maybe even waiting for the 1, 2 in the 3 to play out, and then enter the market. This is one way of doing it, or probably the best way of doing it. Not really decided yet, but I will start to scale in when we get into this area. I did already buy yesterday a very tiny amount at 1500. I made you aware at the time, just because there was a key pivot point, a potential to go up. There wasn't high probability. I flagged up, it is high risk, so I limited risk by just going in with a very, very small position. And by the way, took profits at 1700 up here, so I'm all right with that. And don't mind holding, because from here I would expect the reversal to the upside. Okay, and that's my update about ETH. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.